Hi, I am Dr. Sai Prasad Reddy. Welcome to subject software testing, interview questions and frequent asked questions. Now we are going to discuss about the topic statement coverage with examples. So what is the statement coverage? Where we will get this statement coverage? Statement coverage will come into picture in unit testing. All we know very well about the unit testing. So unit testing is a white box testing which will be performed by the software developers or development team. Right? Statement coverage is a part of unit testing. Now, we will discuss about this statement coverage. So, what do you mean by the statement coverage? The statement coverage can be found by using the formula number of statements exercised by the total number of statements. That means the number of statements got executed by the total number of statements in that particular program. That is called statement coverage. So the percentage of statement coverage means it will be denoted in the percentage. Now say for example, here I have taken a simple example. Let us assume that, let us take this example, the program is having 80 lines of code. That means total 80 statements. Out of 80 lines of code, 60 lines of code got executed. In this case, what is the statement coverage? According to the formula, so how many statements got executed? 60. How many statements, total statements are there in the program? 80. That is 60 by 80. That is nothing but 75%. If you calculate in the percentage, in the form of percentage. The statement coverage is here in this is 75%. Right? So what it means? See here, generally in a project, each and every program will have some hundreds or thousands of lines of code. One program will contain, one functionality will contain sometimes hundreds of lines of code, sometimes thousands of lines of code will be there. If this is the case, then it will be very, very difficult to calculate statement coverage manually by the software development team. Right? So that is why the development team will use software tools to calculate statement coverage. Manually, it will be very difficult. Hundreds of lines code will be there, or sometimes thousands of lines of code will be there. We cannot calculate manually because we cannot manually we cannot see how many lines of code got executed and how many total lines of code will be like that. So that is why they will use the software tools. Now I will explain this statement coverage by using the examples. Now say here, this is the program, small tiny program, that is small program. There are total 6 statements. Read A. If A is greater than 0, then if A is equal to 21, then print hello. End if. These are the lines of statements. In these lines of statements, for these lines of statements, if we want to have the 100% statement coverage, that means if you want to have all statements to get executed, then how many minimum number of inputs or how many minimum number of set of inputs are required? That we have to calculate. I repeat, in order to have 100% statement coverage, in order to get 100% statement coverage, that means in order to execute all the lines of code in the program, how many minimum number of inputs or how many minimum number of set of inputs are required. That we have to calculate. If this is the case, simple. See here. Now, this is a flow chart. For your better understanding, I have drawn this flow chart. This is the first statement, read A. And if A is greater than 0, then if A is equal to 21, then print hello, end. Right? Now, to have this 100% statement coverage, intelligently, I am assigning the value for the variable A as 21. If I assign value 21 for this variable A, then now read A, that is the value is 21. It will compare whether this 21 is greater than 0 or not. Yes, it is true. If A is equal to 21, now it will compare here. Because I have given the value A as a 21, 21 is equal to 21. Yes, this is also true. And print hello and end if. That means by assigning the value 21 for the variable A, all these statements got executed with a single input. With a single input. That is a definition. The minimum number of inputs or set of inputs that are required to have the 100% statement coverage. Right? So now this is a one. So for this, how many test cases are required? Only one, because only one input is required. For this input, the development team will write test case. So how many inputs are there? Only one input is there. What is the value of that input? 21. Value of the input is 21, but the number of inputs is 1. Right? So now, one test case is enough for 100% statement coverage. Next, this is the second example. So here, this is the example. For this example, how many minimum number of inputs or how many minimum number of set of inputs are required to have 100% statement coverage. That means all the statements in that particular program should get executed by assigning the values, input values, minimum number of inputs or the minimum number of set of inputs. Here, read A, read B. If A is less than 0, then print A is negative, else A is positive, end if. Then for the second variable, if B is less than 0, then print negative, B is negative, else print B is positive, end if. These are the statements. For these statements, for this program, just have written, they have designed flowchart for your better understanding only. Now, read the value AB. If A is less than 0, if it is true, print A negative. If it is wrong, that means if it's false, print B is positive. I repeat, read A, read B. Next is, if A value is less than 0, if it is true, print A is negative. If it is false, print A is positive. Then if B is less than 0, if it is true, if this condition is true, print B is negative, else B is positive, end. This is the one. Here how many variables are there? There are two variables, A, B. Now, to have this 100% statement coverage, first I have given A, I have assigned value -1 for the variable A and -1 for the variable B. Now, read A is -1, A is less than 0. Yes, because -1 is less than 0, print A is negative, then directly it will jump to here, and B is less than 0, yes minus 1, yes it is true, this will go like this, and the print B is negative, directly it will come here, end. This is the first set of input. And the second set of input, because this statements and this statements also should get executed. For the first set of inputs, A is equal to minus 1, B is equal to minus 1, this got executed, this got executed, this got executed, and this got executed, this got executed, and this one. But this condition is false condition not got executed. Now what I am doing here, I am assigning the second set of variables, variable values. I have assigned value 10 for variable A, value 20 for variable B. Now, read A value and B value. If A, here I have given A as 10 and B is equal to 20. Now compare, A is less than 0, that is 10 is less than 0? No, false. So directly it will come with this statement, and print A is positive. And here also the comparison will happen. B is less than 0, that is 20 is less than 0? No. So then this statement will get executed and end. So here we have completed, we have covered all the statements executed. All these lines of code is got executed. How? In the first input set of inputs, A is equal to negative, minus 1, B is equal to minus 1. Second input value, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. So that means to have 100% statement coverage, to have the full coverage, statement coverage, I need two sets of inputs values. First set is A minus 1, B minus 1. Second set is A10, B10, B20. This is a minimum number of set of inputs that are required to cover 100% statements. For one set of input values, one test case. For the second set of input values, second test case. This means the test case is a document which will be designed by the software developers by including these input values and getting output, expected output. Right? So for this program, we need minimum of two set of input values. So one set of input value, one test case, and the second set of input values, second test case. Here we need two test cases and two set of input values. Clear? This is of statement coverage. So these type of questions will be asked in the technical screening test, because many companies, they will conduct the technical screening test for the freshers as well as up to 2 years of experience people. In technical screening test, they will ask you the questions like this, but they will not provide the flowchart. If they provide flowchart, well and good. Your work will become little bit easy. Otherwise, they will give you the program like this. They will ask you the question like this. You have to calculate the percentage of statement coverage. For here, we got 100% statement coverage. And even for the earlier example also, we got 100% statement coverage. Clear? If they have not given this flowchart, if you want, if time permits, then you can draw your flowchart if you are comfortable. Otherwise, leave it. You need not to design the flowchart there. If you want, you can. Otherwise, no issues. Directly by looking into this program, you can calculate the statement coverage, 100% statement coverage. Clear? Many companies will ask you the questions, technical screening test. They will ask you the questions like this, and even for the competitive exams also, and even for the ISTQB also, you will get at least 2 to 3 questions in this techniques. Clear? So please subscribe my channel. Like my videos, share my videos to all the students who are searching for the job in the IT industry, and please don't forget or don't hesitate to raise your comments in the comment box. Thank you very much.